Richardson Hichins was able to go out there and put on a great performance and snatch up the IBF belt from Liam Paro. You jump on social media and there's all kinds of people offering their praise, saying that it was a masterclass, talking about the jab, the laser right hand, all of the things that he did well. And rightfully so. Rightfully so, man. Liam Paro is not an easy out. He went out early in those rounds. I gave Paro 2 of the first 3, 3 of the first 4. He was getting the jab off. He was using his tricky little footwork. He's like a savvy veteran, right? He's one of those guys that's just able to find a way to get into his positions. Never really seems like he's moving that fast. Never really seems like he's doing anything, but he's using the craftiness. He's using position and timing and footwork. He's able to get to his spots. Hitchins came back from that, right? Made the adjustment, defeated it. And here's the thing. He did it all with the basics. I kind of love that when I see it. I love when a guy is just able to take a jab, a right hand, 1, 2, straight punches. As basic as it gets, the stuff that you learn early in the gym from when you're a kid coming in the door, takes it all the way to a world title. And look, I'm not going to sit here and say that Hitchins is the best of 140, that he's going to go out there and he's going to blow the doors off everybody or anything crazy like that. But the man is a legitimate world champion. And when you watch that fight, he did it with a jab and a right hand. And he did it primarily fighting at one distance from the outside. He was losing early in that fight, and all of a sudden that laser right hand, bow, bow, bow. He starts getting that thing focused in, and he's using it multiple ways. He's using it to stop the pressure of Paro. Every time Paro starts trying to come in, he's cutting him short, hitting him with that right hand. He's using it little bits when he's coming forward. Even though he wasn't applying pressure himself and he was backing up. Even though the majority of the fight he was using lateral movement, he was flat-footed, not moving too fast, just half steps back here and there, trying to keep it the position he needed to. It was great stuff, man. Now, here's the thing. He's got a belt of 140, undefeated, 27 years old, prime of his career, so to speak. He wants to come out there. He wants to make big fights. He's talking about Teofimo Lopez. Now, it's easy to see why he wants that. Number 1, Teofimo's a big-name guy. Number 2, he's got the geographic rivalry going on with them both being from that same area. But here's the thing. That fight would be horrible if you ask me. Horrible in the sense of who wants to watch it? Who wants to watch it? I mean, you think about big names. You think about Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, I want to watch him. You think about Richardson Hichins. I want to watch him too. So what's the problem? The problem is neither one of these men shine when they come forward. Neither one of these men look their best when they're on their front foot being aggressive. Both of them want the other guy to come forward. Both of them are going to shine when they're able to be on the back foot and be a little bit more creative and kind of set traps and get things going. And Richardson only wants to fight from the outside anyways, which I think would be his problem, because ultimately Teofimo is going to be able to get inside. He's got the explosiveness. He's got the faster hands. He's got the power. He's going to be able to do those things. But I think there'd be large portions of the fight where we'd see Teofimo on the outside, trying to move around, backing himself into the ropes, trying to find ways to set little traps, not really being able to. Hitchins coming forward, working a good jab. He's going to be able to jab more than he did in this fight by them being both orthodox. You know, if I was a guy who was able to whisper in Teofimo's ear, I would tell him to stay far away from it. Okay, for the simple fact that Teofimo has gotten beat up by the media and beat up by the fans and promoters and everybody else in the past multiple times for having lackluster performances. He needs to go out there and have opportunities to shine, because the dude's incredibly talented. The dude can go out there and he can do great things. We've all seen it, but he needs to have a good dance partner. He's not somebody who can just do it all alone. When you're looking at Richardson Hichins, I'm kind of thinking the same thing, man. Like, you looked at the fight tonight, and for guys who really, truly love the sport, you're able to look at it and say, wow, he did really good. The footwork, the adjustments, the way he was able to use that right hand, that's all really great stuff. I enjoyed watching it. But is that all of a sudden is that the type of performance that's going to make him a pay-per-view star? And if he goes out there and fights a guy like Teofimo Lopez and has more performances that don't wow casual fans and just bring people in who want to spend, is that really what you want? Now that you got this belt, now that you got this, this thing that's going to draw people in a little bit more, I don't know. He's got to find a way. He's got to find a way to do something else, man. He's got to find a way. I mean, Eddie Hearn's his promoter, right? So I guess at the end of the day, it falls on Eddie Hearn to figure out a way to make this whole thing work and shine and everything else. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. What's up with Devin Haney, man, right? He's another guy, 140 champion in recess. Is this dude going to come back in? And if he does, he don't want to fight Teofimo Lopez. That would be a horrible proposition for him. Would he want to fight a guy like Richardson Hichins? Is that what he want to do? I mean, Hitchins isn't known for having a big punch. He's really good with that right hand, but he doesn't have a lot of knockouts on his record. Is Devin Haney? He's never really had problems with the right hand, so to speak. We saw he had some problems with that left hook from Ryan Garcia. That's a different story. Ryan Garcia can crack too, right? So is that something that he's going to step back into? You know, Hitchins is highly skilled, man. He's firing on all cylinders right now. After he won that belt, confidence is going to be through the roof. So I certainly wouldn't suggest it for a guy like Devin Haney, even though I'm sure that's a fight Hitchins would jump at. So let me know what you guys think. Were you impressed with the performance that he put out against Liam Paro? What do you think is going to be next for him? How would he look if he were to get that fight that he wanted against Teofimo Lopez? Let me know.